Hey there, everyone. Ryan O'Donnell here, co-founder of OG Private Wealth, reporting to you live from Global HQ. And I promise that once we get back into the office, we're going to work on a better backdrop and better lighting to make these videos even more impactful. Today, I want to talk to you about why I'm getting out of the prediction business. As I was putting together our quarterly reviews, and you'll be getting those shortly, I realized that the long-term government bond had returned almost 9% over the last decade. And it dawned on me that the only way that could happen is if interest rates fell over that period of time. And about the one thing that people felt certain would have happened over the last 10 years is that interest rates had to rise. Just about everyone. I didn't talk to one person over the last decade who thought that interest rates were likely to fall. And that's exactly what they did. So, as we're all kind of getting used to, dealing with this pandemic with sheltering in place, we're now starting to talk about, well, what's the recovery going to look like? We know how much it's fallen so far. Is it going to fall again? Will it come back? Will it come back in 1 year? Will it take 5 years or 10 years? There's a great article, and you can read that by clicking the link below in the blog. One thing, let me go ahead and share this with you. I put together a little piece. Make this bigger here. These controls are in my way. Okay. So this is hard to see, but I promise you that if you actually look, if you click on the link, the article, this will be much clearer. What this shows you is that over the last 100 years, we have went through 15 different recessions. This is one of them. However they calculate recessions, but we are in a recession. 11 of those 15 times, the market has rebounded, meaning that when we entered the recession and when we came out of it, we were at a higher high 2 years later. 74% of the time, the markets took only 2 years to fully recover. Now, 4 times it took longer than that. And if you look right here, this is 2007. Okay, that was the financial crisis, Lehman Brothers collapsing. It took 5 years for the markets to recover. Now, I don't know where we're going to go from here. Talking about these sorts of things are great for backyard barbecues. They're great for talking with your friends, but they're not great for making informed investment decisions. I can tell you that about half of the people that I deal with or talk with on a daily basis, about half think this is going to recover in a very short period of time. And the other half think it's going to take 5 to 10 years to fully get through this. So where do we go? I think it's really a flip of a coin to try and determine that. This is what I was talking about when I was mentioning interest rates. This is where we were in 2010. We had a lot of people thinking rates have to increase. Rates have to go up from here, especially on the short end. And what happened? I mean, where did we go over that period of time? They continue to come down. Again, I can't tell you how universally the belief was that interest rates would rise. And as a result, look at the returns here. 30-year government bond over a 10-year period, returning almost 9%. That's just 1.25% short of what you would have received in U.S. stocks for taking all of the risks associated with stocks. In fact, government bonds beat out real estate as measured by the REIT indexes. Now, I'm not saying there aren't risk in bonds. Certainly there's duration risk, there's volatility there. But it's just interesting when you look back, the one thing that affects bonds are interest rates. And every single pundit, every single person I talked to had just talked about interest rates have to go lower. And it's the exact opposite that happened. So where do we go from here? Your guess is as good as mine with how quick the recovery is. I do know that we will recover from this and we will reach new highs. If you guys have questions, you have predictions you want to talk about, feel free to call us. Click on the link below, schedule a meeting with us. We'd love to have those conversations. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.